How's it going? Keep it going for yourselves. This is the fucking best show in town. My favorite place to perform. Roman, by the way, great set. But here's the thing. It would blow my goddamn mind if a white person did your exact set. That would be the funniest fucking thing to ever happen in history.
I wouldn't be mad at all. I'd laugh the entire time.
We'll talk tonight. All right. Thank you guys. Give yourselves a round of applause for coming out. It's a fucking Friday night, you bunch of weirdos. Thank you. It's weird that people are still going to live comedy because there are things 100 times funnier on the internet. Do you guys know that? I don't know why you guys are here. Not too long ago, me and a couple friends got together. We got kind of drunk, and we watched a 9.5-minute video of people getting hurt on playgrounds. It was the funniest goddamn thing I've ever seen, you guys. Fuck Chris Rock, fuck Jerry Seinfeld, fuck anyone that you think is the funniest person alive. The funniest person on the planet is the 8-year-old getting hit in the face with a seesaw. Just a fact. Owls are fucking liars, you guys. There is a disproportionate amount of owls wearing graduation caps to owls attending universities. I have been to over half of my classes here at ASU, and I have not seen one goddamn owl. Next time you're in the woods, high on mushrooms, and you find an owl, you punch him in the face. Call all his friends liars. You can be bigoted, it's okay. It's okay if it's true. I get hung up on weird shit. Some stuff I've come to terms with, like, I'm never gonna go to the moon. It's a bummer, but it'll happen. See, that's not even a joke. I'm actually genuinely upset I'm never gonna go to the moon. That's not cool. I'm never gonna be president. I was born in another country. That's fine. I don't care. It's like a shitty job anyway. But what genuinely concerns me is, one, I will never get to see my own brain. And two, anyone over the age of 8 can genuinely make it happen if they tried. Like, with a little bit of planning, an 8-year-old could just bash my fucking head in when I'm sleeping and see my brain. But I live with my brain all day for the rest of my life, and I'm never gonna see it. That kind of pisses me off. All right, I'm the only one. Fuck you guys. I thought that was brilliant, so hooray for brains. So I'm kind of an anxious person. I deal with depression and stuff sometimes, but and I always blame that on me. Ever since I was like in early high school, I always thought that was my fault. Then I went home and spent 2.5 weeks with my family and realized I never had a chance. I'm just a completely different person from the other people in my family. Like, they're good people and everything, but there's a barrier. I went to the movies with my mom and my brother, and it's a Jewish Christmas tradition. It's pretty awesome. And by the way, as far as traditions go, going to the movies on Christmas is the best, because it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. 1, it's considered family time. It's 2.5 hours of family time. And 2, you're not allowed to talk to each other. In fact, if I yell at my brother to shut the fuck up, I'm right! It sounds like half the crowd has really happy families that just can't relate at all. I'm glad you don't. Yes, sweet. And so we were at the movies, and my brother took out his phone because he didn't know what the movie was. Like, we're just like, we're gonna go see this, and he's like, okay. It was like 10 minutes before the movie started, and he's like, what's this movie about? I'm like, it's gonna take too long to explain. You'll see in 10 minutes. Like, it's not a big deal. But he's like, no, I'm gonna watch the preview. Really? Watching the preview 10 minutes before the movie? That's like being handed a sandwich and then taking apart the sandwich and eating it bit by bit to see if you're gonna like it. It makes no sense. And my mom, she is genuinely preoccupied by strange things. My mom recently got divorced like 1.5 years ago, and she started internet dating. And the lock screen on my phone is a picture of Louis C.K. And for those of you who don't know who Louis C.K. is, he's not a very attractive guy. He's pretty bald, kind of chubby, and he's making like a really gross, mean, disgruntled face. I think it's hilarious. And so I, go to check my phone, and my mom goes, oh shit! I'm like, what? And she's just like, I just started online dating, and about half the guys look exactly like this. I'm like, Mom, I don't want to know that. No, thank you. And the problem is, actually, even before my mom got divorced, when we would just go out, me and her, she actually looks a lot younger than she actually is. So every once in a while, people would get confused and think we were dating. It's not funny. Laugh in the back. I think that was Scarsden. Not cool. Not cool. It's fucking gross. But because it's gross for me too, especially because I just get bored and I dive into my own head, into the brain I'll never get to see. You guys really don't like brain jokes. Fuck! I'm gonna come back in like a month with like a whole fucking 10-minute set of brain jokes, and you guys are gonna love it. Or I'm never gonna come back here again, that sounds like the more likely option. But what was I talking about? Dating my mom. Yeah, dating my mom. That's how I categorize it in my head, and I know that's not healthy, but it's the easiest way. Wow, you guys got really uptight all of a sudden. Alright, but because I would always imagine, like, it's happened mostly at restaurants, and like it's the waiters, and they're like, oh, and what will your date have? And I'm just like, gross, please stop. But then I go in my head and I start imagining what that person thinks our backstory is. Because she still looks like 15 years older than me. She is older than 15 years, I promise. But she doesn't look that close to me in age, so it's like she's like a fancy businesswoman who's been burned too many times by people her age, so she decided to date this artist or this guy in a band, but he doesn't make any money, so she's buying him socks. That actually happened once. There was this lady, and we were just out buying socks, and my mom was paying, and she's like, oh, do you need anything else for your boyfriend? And I'm like, come on! I'm never gonna ask a girlfriend to buy me fucking socks! I'm gonna invest in some sandals before I do that. Yeah, that was a bad tag, I agree with you guys. I'm gonna work on that one later. When I was back home, I decided to do a couple gigs, and one of them was at a black room, predominantly black. It was a fun room, but because I was one of the only white guys there, I got picked on a lot. It sounds kind of like high school. I'm not happy with that one either, it's alright. Neither was high school, so whatever. Keep on taking myself deeper, don't know why, you guys. But anyway, but I got called something that I had never been called before, and I'm gonna leave you guys with this. The guy called me Steve Jobs. Look, I'm Steve Jobs. If Steve Jobs gained 50 pounds, had bad skin, and never did anything with his life. The only similarities between me and Steve Jobs is that I'm white. That guy is the least observational comedian ever. That would be like a comedian going up on stage and being like, hey guys, gentlemen, you know how it is when you go to the urinals and there's one urinal that's lower than the others? What the fuck's up with that, man? How many people have dicks that big that their dicks are hitting the urinal? That's not what it's for. That's not even close. What the fuck are you talking about? All right, thank you guys very much. You've been a wonderful crowd. Enjoy the rest of the show and have a wonderful semester. I genuinely mean that.